not sure where I left off, so I'm going to start on the piece on page Taf Sadi Hey. We're starting a new Inyan there. And let me see what the words are. The comma, let me see where it would be up above. Okay, so here's the piece that he's talking about. Where? What am I doing here? Okay, here we go. Okay, reading up above, he said, "V'kama gufim tikinon lon v'is kuriya gufa legabe levushin lebachasya lelechem." So they're called what? They're called gufa, a body, in regards to the garments that cover them. V'is kuriya b'tikun lechabedacha b'chesed derola yamina. Chesed would be the right arm. Gavura derola is small. Teferes gufa, then keferes would be the body. Then he goes on, and he says, Netzach v'hod. So Netzach v'hod. Train shoking. The Yesod siyuma de guf, and the Yesod is the end of the body. Os bris kodesh. Malchus peh. Malchus is the mouth. Teresh bal peh karinin lay. Let's see, that's the quote from the mouth of Eliyahu Hanavi. So the blurb says, as we introduce it, he says, "Achar his ba'aru machus as-sfiras b'klalius." So I guess he wants to tell something about the sfiros. Yivor v'Eliyahu Hanavi called sfira b'pratius, and he wants to talk about them in detail. Ve'ech amidas as-sfiras gedemus v'tzelem adam yashar. So it's like the image of a man. I guess a straight man, kol as a spheros, like the image of a man or in the form of a man as he's standing up, or the complete man. So first we're going to explain for the 6 kitzvos and malchus. Now we're going to come back and talk about that. He said, "V'gadei shelo navo chas v'shalom l'yaches l'sfiras al yonas." Shum Gashmi is od Demul Saguf, that really in the upper spheros there is no physicality at all. There's no image of a body. V'kach hekdim v'amer v'his kariya b'dikunidor lomer shehem nekros rak b'kriyas ba'om v'chadisham oselu. So it's really recalling them by these names. Kihem oros elyone, because they're upper lights, pneumistic lights, Zachim, that are so infinitesimally refined, V'ruchnim, completely spiritual, She'ein decha nitpasach b'seichel enosh klal, enoshi b'seichel enoshi klal, Ki sefiras atzilus heim elokus gamer, V'achdos pashut imo yizbarach. Here's a little note on this down at the bottom, and let's look at number Aleph down below. Aleph down below in the Ziv HaZohar, the so I don't know the Eliezer Azuta, I don't know Rabbi Eliyahu Azuta, I'm not sure. Margolius, I don't know what the rest. Zev, I guess it's Zev Margolius. Behavi Dub. What is that?
Usher Zelig, Mark.
Thank you. Usher Zelig Margolis. He says Behavi Divrich of a Medrash Tehillim, and he says like Vizel V'Shona. Ki Shemesh U'Malgain Hashem Elokim. What is it? Shemesh is a sun. He's a shield. He's Hashem Elokim. So Hein Kavod Yitain Hashem Lo Yimna Rabetov LaHolchem B'Tamim. So that whole idea there. Hezkel B'Barabechia Amr, because it says like this. He says Ashrechem Anavim Shehem Medamim as Hatsura Liyotzra. So he says that I guess the product, they can compare or see from the product what is actually who was the creator of it. And the planting, the sapling, according to who planted it. Kamadat Amar, you say like this, in Tehillim Ki Shemesh U'Malgim Hashem Elokem. V'chein ku Omer also says like the Aryeh Shog mi lo yiro. If so, there, in other words, there's an effect from something deep. Because if he never Kavod Hashem Elokei Yisrael, bam derech akodim v'kolu kakol mayim rabim v'cha'aretz he'ira b'kabodo. So he says all these different things. So these are different metaphors that he's bringing to indicate that what you see manifest is coming from somewhere else. You could learn it. Ella mishmiin as ha'ozen, so ella mashmiim as ha'ozen mash yucholu lishmo. In other words, the prophet is saying to us something that we could be able to understand because we only understand our bodies and our physicality. Mareha o marim as ha'ayin mash yucholu. The rosen shows the eye what it could possibly be able to see. Let me see, just pull this a little bit more. There. Okay, so let's go on a little bit more. He has a little bit more. So this is right, the words of the prophet, excuse me, of the Malach. In this case is Eliyahu Navi, but he was talking about the prophets. So let's see over here. So he says, it goes over Chen Kasav a Rambam. The Rambam writes like this also. V'zel Lashonim Malku Zesha Kasav B'Terab V'Tachas Raglov Kusuvim Be'etzvah Elokim. Underneath his feet were written Be'etzvah Elokim Yad, and then you have another place where it says Yad Hashem, Einich Hashem, Azna Hashem, V'ki Yosef B'Devarim Elu. Elachokol L'fi Da'atam Shal B'nei Adamu. But everything has been said because of us, our ability to be able to understand. She'ein Mekirach Elachagufos of the Divrach B'Terah B'Lasha B'nei Adam. But they're all really substitute names. V'chamamitas ha'adavar ein da'atach b'chadav shel adam mevin v'lo yicholu l'chasig v'l'chakro. So it means to say that really what's actually producing our thoughts, or our ability to be able to see it, is coming from someplace that we actually can't reach, but brought down to our level because of Odsham. Call the Devarim, call the Yotze Bechem Shene'emra B'Tervet B'Divrei Hadavim. Call Marshal or Melitzeim. Everything is really a parable or a metaphor in some way. Call the Devarim B'Tervet B'Divrei Hadavim. Call Marshal. I just read that. Call Devarim Ha'Elo Einem Mitzuyim Ela the Gufim Ha'Afelim. Our dark bodies here. Ha'Shvalim, which are so low, Shokne Bate Chomer, Asher Ba'apo Ba'amfer Yesodin, because we are really founded out of dust anyway. And we are just Shokne Bate Chomer, we live in the place of physicality. Avachavuchu B'Baruch Shmo, V'Yavius Romem, I'll call Zer Ad Kan Devar, but besides this, the Creator himself is a much higher place. So let's see what we have here. Just read across the top. He says, so it says, V'is Korea b'tigunadol, v'nikbrachas ha'eses spheres ba'ofen v'sei v'zecha v'chesed v'roha yamina, gevura v'roha smola, Sefira gevula connected v'roha small, the Tiferes is the gufa, is the body itself. So let's move on. Let's see what else it says. He says, so which is emsoim emanda beyotzeh ubebo tolim, it's all toluyim, has rose v'chashokayim, that so from this body which is in the middle, the arms and the legs come out from it. Netzef v'chod trin shukim, so they're going to be the two legs. Sefiras netzef and hod b'shnecha shukayim v'chash alechem aguf nismach. B'yisod yisim the gufa. So he says, who siyam a guf. V'nikra os bris kodesh, and it's called by this name. Ki sham chasumim Yisrael ayidecha v'chadezecha b'mitzvahs hamila ba'osecha b'bris im HaKodesh Baruch Hu. So here we see there's a stamp of HaKodesh Baruch Hu on our bris. Now exactly what he meant by that, I'm not sure the implications of that. Bris shall im HaKodesh Baruch Hu l'malchus peh. The malchus is also the mouth. The malchus nikras peh. The Malchus Nukvid is their Anpin. That's the Malchus that we're talking about. shehi parts of bifnei atzma. So I'm trying to say that there's a malchus which attached to Zeir Anpin. This is malchus when it's a parts of by itself. The parts of Torah Shabbat Peh Korean Lay. It's also called by the name of Torah Shabbat Peh. Torah Shabbat Peh Korim Loki Hashisha Kitzvah Shazer Anpin Nekroim Torah Shabbat Chasav Malchus he sold Torah Shabbat Peh. So that maybe we know that. I don't know what he has to say about that. So now we come over to number bet. So number bet went on the phrase Emsom Emanu Yotzin the Botaluyim Azroas Vashokayim. Number bet. If we have enough time to do number bet, we'll try to go into it quickly. Because of Ramaki rock ranchel of the goof Nikrach Teferis Vachatam, Ki Kamosha Haguf Mimena Mispasha to Yidayim Varaglayim Adalit Sadadim. So just we see of that. Kain Teferis Yesh Lo Shtei Zeroas, it also has two arms. V'hem Gedola Gedula, which is Chesed, Ugavura. V'zu al Hiyama, v'zu al the smaller there on the two sides, v'shtech Shokayim, that's a Hod, who Meshach Haguf Be'emsa. So it's really the extension of the middle part of the body. The Moshach Haguf Nimshach B'menu. So regard to the group, the Nimshach B'menu Ha'aver L'bein HaShokayim came Hatiferes Nimshach B'menu Yisod. So just like you have from, he said, Nimshach Kumosha Haguf from the body comes out this. He said from Tiferes also comes out. I'm not sure what the difference is between the two. Avu Kumosha Haguf Yesh Lamala B'menu Rosh Kain Hatiferes Lamala B'menu Gimel Rishonus. So the same thing in Tiferes, he says, talking about a spiritual entity, which could be compared to the body. Like a Moshe Haguf Yesh Lo Betin, Kain Hashkina Betin Tiferes, Betin the Tiferes. So also the Shkina is what? The Betin, the womb for Tiferes. V'chein Pirish Rashbi all of a Shalom. Shkina Betin V'guf Dilo Omuda Ve'emisa Isa, where that is located in the middle. Hakavona al this is that she lives in the house of her man, so to speak, the male aspect. Before she becomes. Now this is a whole sentence maybe, but tomorrow I'll look at it again. So he says, el so in other words, she's inside of her husband, which is Tiferes. Before the miut. Miut meaning that she becomes separated from him, or goes into bio, different kinds of things, but what exactly, why did he bring that up here? So he said before that she was inside of the body. Im Hiyoshu Derek Darach Mitam Derek Acheres, that are going this way in a different way. Shona Gufa Shkina Da Ki Kol Habinyan, all of the whole body, Yachad together, Yikra Shkina, Vagana Malchus Yikra Shkina, Ve'inyan Achilas Yachad Atiferes Hu Guf Gimel Rishonos Hu Rosh Ve'im Ha'ed Ve'im ha'ezer kenegdo hu adam sholem shenem bezocha v'nekeva baram. So tomorrow we'll go into this again. I'm not sure I could put it all together. This is Baruch Fleischman at the Tikkun Elevator Kolo.